Welcome everyone to a new video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about bad movies you need to watch. And that's also not a diss towards the people that made the movie, it's just my opinion. That's all that means. And let me tell you, the number one choice, the number one movie on the list will be pretty controversial, I'm not going to lie. So stick around to see what that movie is. Let's get started. Number 5, There's Someone in Your House. The reason why I didn't like this movie is because it's pretty basic. Like, nothing really interesting happens in the movie. It's pretty much a Halloween movie, now that I think about it. But yeah, it's pretty boring to watch. I'm not gonna lie. And like I said before, this type of premise has been around. Like, Halloween popularized this type of storyline. So if you're gonna do something like that, watch this movie and learn to not just follow the basic steps. Be more original in the sense of like introduce new elements to the story that hasn't been done before. That way the movie can be more interesting and not have your audience think that it's a Halloween movie just redone. Number 4, Halloween Kills. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this movie was pretty entertaining to watch. Not because it was good, but because of how dumb it is. Basically, Michael Myers comes back, starts killing people. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said about the last movie, this is more of a basic storyline, just done again. But even though it's a bad movie, it was still entertaining. So one thing you can learn from this movie is that be entertaining, have fun with it. Like, I'm pretty sure the creators of this movie kind of knew it was gonna be dumb, so they had fun with it, So that's why it was more enjoyable to watch this movie than the last movie, because the last movie they tried to be more serious with it, but with this movie they had more fun with it. Number 3, The Room. Tommy Wiseau's version, not my version. Tommy Wiseau's version. Now, this is a classic bad movie. I had to put it in the list. But but pretty much this movie's bad because there's this one guy, Tommy Wiseau. He was the one that was behind everything. Like, he starred in it, he wrote it, he directed it, he was in charge of everything, So, and he didn't really take input from other people. So that's why this movie came out really weird. And that's the lesson here. Filmmaking is a collaborative work, it's a collaborative field. You're always, when you work on a movie, you're with people, you're in a group, you have to work with people, you have to take in all these different ideas that can help make the movie better. Tommy Wiseau did not really do that for his movie, and that's why the movie turned out not bad. It's not bad. It was funny, but it's not bad, but it's just weird. It's a weird movie. So that's the lesson here. Don't do everything yourself, and don't be closed-minded when making the movie. Number 2, Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
A lot of problems. No, it was all good.
Yeah, a James Bond movie made this list. And it's a Daniel Craig James Bond movie. And it's one of the shortest James Bond movies. And is not really a good James Bond movie. The 2 main beefs I have with this movie is, number 1, the editing. The editing, they tried to make it more Jason Bourne without knowing what made the Jason Bourne editing good. There's a lot of shaky cam, a lot of fast cut shots, just a lot of that throughout the movie. It was not fun to watch. It was kind of sickening to watch. I feel sick watching it. And the second issue I have with it is the story. This movie was made during the time of the writer's strike. So because of that, the director and Daniel Craig had to write scenes themselves for this movie on the spot. They couldn't delay the movie for some reason. I don't know why. But they didn't want to delay it. It was, they wanted to release it 2 years after Casino Royale, which is a really good James Bond movie. So they're trying to, capitalize on the hype of that. And they were rushing. And you can tell they were rushing. And the story doesn't really make sense. Especially now with, No Time to Die and Spectre ignoring Quantum of Solace. But, yeah, the story makes zero sense. And the editing doesn't help make the story make sense. So yeah, the lesson for this bad movie is be patient with planning out your movie. Don't rush into production without having a script or without knowing what you want to do. On top of that, edit in your own way. Don't try to copy other people's way of editing if you don't understand their way of editing, if that makes sense. The editors of Quantum of Solace really try to capitalize on Jason Bourne's editing style during the time where that style was, you know, popular. And they didn't really know what made the Jason Bourne style work. So because of that, it hindered the quality of Quantum of Solace. And number one, yeah, this is going to be controversial. Number one is Spike Lee's Bamboozled. Listen, I got to give props to Spike Lee for making a movie that was this controversial when it came out. And just the subject matter is really controversial. But I'm not dissing Spike for wanting to tell this story. That's not my issue. My issue is the way he presented this story. For starters, it was all shot on a digital camera, and from the looks of it, they did nothing in terms of the lighting and the color grading and like stuff like that. When watching this movie, like the colors were so dull. The visual presentation of the movie was not engaging at all, which sucks because the story of the movie is a really good story. It just sucks that it wasn't presented in a really engaging way. That's my only beef with Bamboozled, and that's the lesson of this movie, is that you gotta present these stories in a really creative way. A lot of people say that like the story drives the movie, which is true, it does. If you have a really good story, you will have a good movie. But there's a lot of different elements of making a movie, like the camera and the audio. If you have really bad audio, then not that many people will be engaged in the story, you know? The same goes for like the camera. Like if you have basic camera angles, basic lighting, and basic everything throughout, it won't really be engaging anymore, you know? And yeah, that's where I think Bamboozled suffered the most. It's just in terms of that presentation of the movie. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from this video. Hope you guys, are keen to watch these movies. Like I said before, they're bad. I'm saying they're bad movies, but you can learn a lot of things from these movies, in terms of how you can make your movies better. So yeah, that's what this video was about. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, click the like button down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you see more videos from me. I make movie-related content as well as making movies. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.